Welcome to Smart Connection Consultancy Smart Snippets, where we look at synthetic sports fields and some of the key issues that you need to consider, both in terms of the planning, the management, and the design of the fields. We've got together 8 snippets for you, including the importance of understanding the ground conditions, which is critical before you design and before you procure the services. We then actually have a look at the design secrets of a new synthetic field and what you need to look at and consider to make sure it works and it's fit for purpose for what you're looking at. Number 4 looks at the standards of service, because you've got to make sure that it is fit for service, whether that be for soccer, whether that be for rugby union, rugby league, AFL, cricket, etc. And all of these have international federations which have set the standards. So we give a quick overview on snippet number 4. Snippet number 5, I'm talking with Jared Hill, who is the Managing Director of SportEng, and we work with them on all of our synthetic services wherever we can. Jared's got an amazing amount of knowledge on the engineering, the civil engineering aspects, and designs basis for at least 20 years. If you're designing basis for less than 20 years, you're actually losing money and you're not doing a good job. So if a consultant comes to you and say we're only developing one for 10 years, and we've seen some of those in the market recently, it really isn't a good scenario. You should be designing a base for at least 20 years and preferably more. And that's where you're going to get your return on the investment for a synthetic field. We then look at a couple of specific topics. One is how to replace an aging field, because in Melbourne alone there's about 50 fields that need to be replaced. So I spent a bit of time looking at that in terms of the design, the issues, how do you know when to replace a field, and then what do you need to do about it. Snippet number 7 is actually the management and the critical hold points once the project has been appointed and procured. And this is really critical to make sure that the interaction between the civil engineering aspects and the performance surface on the top works well, works smoothly. There aren't any huge variation orders, and therefore it's costly for the local council and the community. Once the field is up and running, we then have an area where we look at in terms of the maintenance of the fields. So yes, synthetic fields do need to be maintained, and also every couple of years to be renovated. So what we're finding now after nearly 10 years is that after about 2 years, the fields are becoming a bit compacted, there's a loss of some of the infill, and so what we've got to do there is actually bring in some more infill to keep the yarn standing upright, because as soon as that bends over, it gets shiny, it's the hard wearing durability of it gets lost because the studs of the shoes are actually rubbing and degrading the yarn. So what we need to do is keep it standing upright as much as possible. So we spend 20 minutes on the maintenance and how we then make sure that maintenance can extend the life of a synthetic field. If you don't do good maintenance, the life expectancy will be reduced by probably 25%. So it'll cost you another few $100,000 because it won't last to its life expectancy. So we hope that you enjoy these smart snippets. And if you need anything else, please give us a ring or drop us an email, and you can get all of that details off our website. So we look forward to catching up with you soon and helping you through the process.